music start playing over again? Oh, good. Hi. Welcome to GoFor Lunch number 19. And I'm going to just sit here and type comments to myself until somebody else types comments to me. Let's see, what can I talk about? Oh, I know. So, just so you know, we seem to have a lot of delay today. Hello, Leslie Ann. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, it's Google. What can I tell you? Maybe it's on daylight savings time. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. I think it's New Zealand talk, maybe. What do you think? Is anybody hearing background noise like fans? Hi, Carolyn. Oh, well, thank you. She said it was Stephanie that referred her, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out who Stephanie was. So now the mystery has been solved. Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, she's a delightful person. I'm going to try to help her with her reading program. So that would be great. Okay. Thanks, Leslie Ann, and thank you, Carolyn. I guess I was just picking up the music here. So, oh my goodness, we're about ready to start. Can you believe it? Almost a minute. So we're doing a little something different today in that we are using a different computer. And so this is kind of GoFor Lunch improv edition. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at all these comments. Hi, Phil and Phyllis. Yes, we're definitely going to learn how to talk instead of type today. Okay, well, maybe that makes sense, Carolyn. I'm not sure. But anyway, it worked out great, and looking for some good things to come out of that. So I appreciate your referral and everybody's referral for that matter. Well, let's get this show on the road. Hi, welcome to GoFor Lunch. I am your host on the wrong camera, Roger Harmon. So let's switch to the right camera. Oh, I see. It won't let me switch to the camera like I want to. Okay, we'll just stay here for now. So this is a lesson of how not to go live on a video call or a YouTube live, and that is, you should have your camera at eye level, which I do not. So lots of things going on today. Let's get right to it. How many of you people watched the Apple keynote at 10 o'clock today. Anybody? So let's just briefly run over what the latest news is from Apple. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. So, Apple introduced the Series 6 watch. And they also introduced a new watch color. Hi, Bob. And of course you did. And oh, you too, Judy. Well, great. That's great. So you can see the blue. If I can get my cursor, I can't see my cursor. I only have one screen today, so I'm like operating with one hand tied behind my back. And they also have a new band. So this reddish orange band here is actually a stretch band. There is no break in the band, so you can just put it on like a stretch bracelet. And I like that idea because bands that have clasps on them, when you're typing on your MacBook of any sort, can scratch the surface. So I think that's a great idea. I might get one of those. But what else did we find out here today on the big announcements? Well, there's a new model of the Apple Watch. It's called the Apple Watch SE. And so it gives you some of the advanced features, the sensors and things that the new Apple Watch Series 6 has, but it is less money. It starts at $2.79. No, $279. So that is pretty interesting. So as Apple likes to say, now there's an Apple Watch for everybody. Well, let's talk about the watches. So one of the things that they brought out was, let's go back here and learn more. So this is pretty important stuff here. Of course, they talked about how people were being saved because of their Apple Watch. And one of the main new features is the blood oxygen sensor, which you see depicted right there. So that will give people an indication that they have a health issue pending. So in addition to the heart rate monitor, this is going to be helping people determine when they need to go to the ER. So these new, they've got added new sensors there, you can see, and they will read your blood oxygen level. So I encourage you to learn more about that. So we talked about in an earlier episode of GoFor Lunch how the watch is a health device. Well, it just became much more of a health device as of when these new watches ship. So this is all on the Apple site. So you can go look at this for yourself. You can go watch the keynote and learn more about that. So let's look at a couple of the other things that they talked about today. And this is kind of interesting. Nobody saw this one coming. This is kind of interesting. None of the leaks predicted that this was coming out. So this is a service. Apple is going more to services, or because recurring revenue is all about it. Hi, Diana. And hi, Chris. Yeah, I don't know that right now, Chris, but we'll work on that later. So this, when I saw this on their presentation today, the Fitness Plus is a fitness class that you can watch on your iPhone, on your Mac or on your Apple TV, which of course would be probably ideal, as you can see things really well. So it's a service. I think it starts at $9.99 a month or $79.99 a year. So and there's all sorts of different fitness programs. There's cycling, there's yoga, there's HIIT, there is some basic weight training, but all you need is a pair of dumbbells, not a lot of equipment, mostly no equipment. So I think they're giving Peloton maybe a run for their money and giving you a lot more variety than sitting there on a bicycle. And of course, it's much less expensive. So that was that. And then there was the new iPad Air. So they've got a whole new screen design. You notice the screen, the edges are squared off, and so a little change in the design. Really beautiful liquid retina display, higher powered chip. So if you're looking for an iPad, you have a choice of 2 new iPads. So the iPad is called the iPad 8th generation. And of course, there's a new iPad operating system, iPad OS 14. And then they also announced a bundle of services. So you can get combinations of Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple Arcade, Apple News, Apple Fitness Plus, and iCloud storage. So there's several ways of doing that. There's some family plans. And so that is about what we have there. So here we go. There's another camera. So lots of interesting stuff from the Apple keynote today. So we're going to go right into our topic, how to talk to your Mac. Now, this feature has been built into the Mac for, I don't know, but I would think at least 5 years. So it's kind of a hidden gem that many people don't hear about, don't know about, because Apple doesn't tell us about it. So let's explore here again. So we're going to go back to System Preferences. And I'll get this set up, and then I'm going to let you see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're in System Preferences. We're in the keyboard. So if I go back here to All System Preferences, we're on macOS Catalina, so it may look a little different in System Preferences than if you're not in Catalina. They rearrange the position of some of these preferences. So you click on the keyboard preference, and then it would come up probably right here, but then you want to click on Dictation. Now, when they ship these from the factory, they are turned off. So in order to make this work, you have to click on the On button. You choose your language, and then you choose the shortcut key. Now, most of us have a function key, FN key, which is the key in the lower left-hand corner of the keyboard. However, some people do not have a function key. So what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? Well, you call Roger. And Roger will tell you that the next best one, in my opinion, is to choose the right command key. So you know you have a command key on the right side of the spacebar, and the one you probably always use is the command key on the left side of the spacebar. Two command keys. So you could choose, if you don't have a function key in the lower left-hand corner of your keyboard, then you can use the command key to the right of your space bar. So we're going to keep it at the function key, which is in the lower left-hand corner. So how do we do this? Well, let's bring up a document that we could use to talk to. Here is one of my favorite apps. It's called Text Edit. So we are going to go up here in the font selection, and let's make this 48 point. We're going to move this window over to the left and drag it out there. So to start talking to your Mac, you set it up in System Preferences. Anytime you dictate, you need to put your mind in gear before your mouth is in motion. Mind in gear. In other words, you need to know what you're going to say. You don't want to try to think about what you're going to say after you hit the function key twice. You've got to have that all figured out, because you just need to start talking in a coherent and meaningful manner. So I know what I'm going to say. My mind is in gear, and I'm going to hit the function key twice and put my mouth in motion. This is a built-in feature of the macOS that allows you to talk to your computer in most any application. And the way you stop this is by hitting the function key once. So hit it twice to start, once to stop. Now you'll notice a little blue dotted line here under MACK. So if we right click on that, which would be 2 fingers on a trackpad or the right click on your mouse, we get a spelling correction. So it knows second time around how to spell that. So that is how you do it. It's pretty easy. Now I could have said period here, and let me just demonstrate this. So we're gonna position our cursor at the end of the text. We're gonna give it 1 space. We're gonna hit the function key twice. You can also give punctuation, period, new line, new line. As you can see, we did not get any new lines. New line, new line. So the new line is not working today. Period. New line. Next line. Okay. That used to work, but you can see it is pretty accurate. I think you can talk for about 30 seconds and then it will stop, and there you go. So it stopped. I don't know if you heard the little beep that tells you when it stops, but there you have it. So frankly, I've been able to say new line in the past, and it didn't work today. Not sure why. So that is how you can do that. So you can do this in Mail, you can do this in Pages, you can do it in Word, you can do it in any program almost that takes that you can type text into. So it's very handy, and especially if you have any kind of carpal tunnel, you can give your wrists and your fingers, if you have arthritis, this is a really good way to get text from your brain to your Mac. So that is how you talk to your Mac. Are there any questions? Okay, Leslie Ann, you said Safari search bar, and I don't know what you mean. Could you give me a little bit more information there? I would be glad to. Oh, new paragraph? Okay, Bob, we'll try that. So I'm going to do a Command A here. If I can, here it is, figure out which screen I'm looking at. Command A, which is select all, and then hit delete, which will clear all the text. And we'll try that. Okay, now I'm going to hit the function key twice. We are demonstrating the dictation feature of the Mac operating system, period, new paragraph. By talking to your Mac, you can save stress on your hands. New line. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Was that a new line? New line. It seems to be having a problem trying to figure out how to do a new line here, so, or a new liner, depending on. Okay, so I timed out. So, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, Leslie, and thank you for clarifying that. So, excuse me. So I'll have to figure that out because, like I said, it's worked before. All right, so we want to find out if this will work in the Safari search bar. So we're going to go to Safari. I hit Command Tab to see what applications were open, and you can't seem to see that on your screen. So here we are in Safari, and okay, you can see that. So I'm going to hit the function key twice, and we're going to search for something. New Apple Watch video that was released today. I believe that answers the question. There is a really cool video that they showed in the keynote, and I tried to find it before we went live, and I could not find it. And I don't want to spoil it for you. So when I find it, I will, maybe I'll put it in the next week's GoFor Gazette, because it's really clever. So I guess we can use it in the Safari search bar. So let's go back here. Okay, so we have a question from Judy. Hi, Judy. How about other forms? Oh, that's a good question. Of punctuation, I think is what you mean there, like quotes. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to hit Command Tab, go back to Text Edit, hit Command A to select all, hit our delete key to clear our slate. So let's try some other forms of punctuation. Open quote. Judy, close quote, wants to know, oh, look at that, Judy. It spelled your name properly the first time and then went back and changed it. Now that's artificial intelligence. I wonder if you know anything about that. Comma, question mark, exclamation point, colon. Any other punctuation marks that we can think of? Let's see. I'll look at the keyboard. Greater than. No, that doesn't work. How about asterisk? No, that doesn't work. So we timed out. So I think the answer, Judy, is it does basic punctuation, but that's about the limit of it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it'll do slashes. Well, look, it got your name back again. Isn't that artificial intelligence amazing? It spelled your name right, changed it to J-U-D-I, and then changed it back to Judy with a spell correction on it. So that is pretty interesting. Now, I am told that this gets better the more you use it, because artificial intelligence, AI, as we say in the trade, So let's see if we can turn this camera on. I guess the camera is on. I just don't see it because I'm not in the right place here. So here we are. So that was a great question, and I'm glad we could answer that for you. So the new line command is still a mystery. We'll look into that. So thank you all for joining. I encourage you to watch the Apple keynote, or there'll be snippets of it all over the internet. All you got to do is search for whatever you're most interested in, and you'll get dozens of replies. There's hundreds of journalists right now producing content based on the announcements Apple made today. So you won't have any trouble finding those. So again, we're here every Tuesday at high noon for GoFor Lunch, and we will give you another GoFor Gazette on Monday morning to give you all the great links. So keep telling your friends and neighbors. Subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel, and I will see you next week.